I think what inspired me to make the film is that my parents are South African, so that's kind of my history with South Africa, and I'm a documentary filmmaker, so obviously it's a really sort of fascinating place to kind of work through the history and the current sort of state of the country. And I wanted to do something like in one of the other films we saw tonight, in the Jamaican surfing film. Sort of, she mentioned that young girls are the most vulnerable in these sort of communities, and that's true to South Africa as well. So I want to do something from a young girl's perspective and make it feel as personal as possible. And that's where it started, that sort of desire to kind of get to kind of whatever experience they sort of see the world through, and then just through meeting the girls and spending time with them and coming across this surf charity that they attended. That's when I found out more about their life, and the film was kind of born from there. What inspired me to become a filmmaker? I think it happened subconsciously. I always loved film, loved watching film, and then from there started loving documentaries and wanted to do something that always kept me out of my own comfort zone as well. I think that's the thing about filmmaking, you kind of always push to explore new perspectives or places or experiences, and I think I quite like that sort of always pushing myself or being uncomfortable in some way. I was drawn to 16 Days, 16 films because as a filmmaker, my goal is to always make films that will create some sort of impact or ideally some sort of change. And I heard about 16 Days, 16 films, and it was like, yes, this is the perfect kind of coming together of my sort of two interests, like some sort of social justice or sort of looking at inequality with these really important organisations and NGOs attached to it, but it being film as well. So it felt like it could really raise awareness. I would say to other female filmmakers just to get out and make something. I got stuck in a producing role for a kind of what felt like quite a large part of my career, and it was only sort of through just keeping kind of sort of some sort of hope and kind of continually trying, even when commissioners didn't want to commission my film or whatever. I just sort of had to so I pitched waves to as many people in the industry or commissioners or platforms that I could think of, and no one wanted to pick it up, which was fine, but it did you just lose faith in yourself a bit, especially as like a young filmmaker. So I would just say, just try to believe in yourself and surround yourself with other female filmmakers and female crew members, and get a community.